Last week on Overtime.
It was for the conspiracy theorists. You know,
Okay. And a lot of movies, they be having like Egyptian gods and goddesses, and they kind of like play out like the personality of the character is a symbolic of the the Egyptian god or goddess or whatever. Anyway, right? So I did a little research, right? Because the colors just jumped out at me. So Fontaine, he's playing Osiris, right? Now the reason why I say that is because Osiris is considered the god of death and resurrection. They even call him the Green God. What happened to him in this movie? He died and came and resurrected about 3-4 damn times. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, all right, he clearly has to be Osiris if he's always wearing green. He
was rocking green. Yeah.
Always wearing green. Yo-Yo was playing Isis. Just in general, Isis Yo-Yo, you got double, Yo-Yo. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you look at her costume in the movie, she was wearing majority yellow through the entire movie, and her lipstick was blue, just exactly like the color in that picture. Now, and then also they I think Isis is the goddess of she protector of the dead. And remember when everybody started to give up after that scene with the white dude, Fontaine started to give up the fight. The pimp gave up the fight. She was like, "Nah, we gotta keep going." If you watch the entire movie, you know what I'm saying? She was protective over everybody. She was trying to keep niggas calm. She was making sure everybody was all right. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I went that direction with her. If you pay attention to this color scheme, the entire movie with his character, gold and red, the entire movie. But the reason why I said gold and red was important is because not just this picture in the rings, right? Oh, also, Ra is the god of gold. If you type in Google right now, type in god of gold, Egyptian god of gold, Ra's the name that comes up. Jamie Foxx was wearing more gold than anybody else in the movie. The nigga had a golden gun. They say Ra's the creator god, right? Jamie Foxx was the one who came up with the plan, created the idea to come and basically, take down the lab. And he was the leader. Ra's the leader of the gods. He was like the first pharaoh. If you look at his the little disc above his head, it's red surrounded in gold. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like they used those colors to represent him throughout the entire movie. So that
he found the elevator in that trap house and they went down. I was like, oh wow, this is underground bases. These are deep underground military bases, those dumbs that people be talking about. And they're supposed to be literally all around, major cities. So the Society of Jesus, this is a Jesuit organization.
I did not see that.
This is the Jesuit organization. This is the Vatican. The Vatican is a precursor to all the Inquisitions.
I did not see
all
that.
Of
because he was looking for the key card shit.
Right. Damn, I missed that part.
This is all the royal families. I mean, when you hear Society of Jesus, you hear Jesus, you're thinking, holy and all that stuff. No, these are Jesuits. These are the same people that invented the Big Bang, the same people that invented the heliocentric model, the same people that invented Darwinism. It's the opposite of, what's in the, like, refutes the Bible, but you are a church organization. It don't make sense.
Yeah.
Status quo. They keep the status quo.
Keep the status quo going. And that's what he said, man. I think the key line he said was that he was like, "You're a patriot." You know what I'm saying? He was like, "You're just as American. You're as American as it can get."
Yeah.
But and I think that was very key because I think we'd be looking at the drug dealer and a pimp is like almost like a rebellious anti-establishment type character, but in all actuality, this is exactly what they want your ass to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not actually, we're looking at it like almost like the antagonist to the system, but in actuality, it's a part of the system. He said, y'all are necessary. Like, we need y'all because y'all keep the system going. And what I interpreted from that is that he's talking about capitalism. You know what I'm saying? So he's basically saying, like, you have to have a permanent lower class. So you pimps and you drug dealer niggas, y'all gonna keep y'all community as a permanent lower class. Now, the reason why capitalism needs a permanent lower class is because you need a group of people who hold the standard for the bottom. As long as you have, there always has to be a bottom. Crime is necessary. They want crime. They need crime. That's why even we've had these conversations before. I'm like, nigga, we trying to fix a system that was meant to be broken. This shit is meant to be like this. Like y'all fighting again. If you want this shit, if you really want to fight against this shit, you got to start participating in it. Trying to fix it ain't doing shit. When them going down the elevator, right? That representing them going down the rabbit hole. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So every time they went down the elevator, they went into conspiracy theory land, aka Wonderland, aka the Wizard of Oz land. Like, because remember, with Homeboy, he asked him, Fontaine, the main character, he asked the old man in front of the store. He was like, I forgot what the question he asked him was, but he was like, oh, he said, you gotta go off to the Oz. He said it's like it's at the Wizard of Oz. Yeah. Some shit like that. So he's basically saying the answers are where you need to go. He was like, you need to go to the, to the other land, the other realm.
Right. What is it? Assimilation is better than annihilation.
There you go.
And you see how it goes from dark to light. The people in the back.
White.
Yeah. He was dark to white. So basically, he was trying to make. He wanted everybody to be the same, or that their end goal was to have everybody be the same. And he was like, you don't think black folks gonna wake up and go crazy if they wake up with blue eyes and blonde hair? And he was like, yeah, this is gonna happen over generations. It's not gonna happen overnight.
But bro, this is basically another conspiracy. This is eugenics.
Yeah, exactly. He said that his motivation behind all of this was that his brother got killed by a cop. He was basically saying, I ain't want nobody else to go through this. So he said, instead of us getting killed and killed off as black people, it's better for us to assimilate. So he was like, over generations, I'm slowly going to turn black people white. And I think when you remember when they first went down into the lab, that they saw the white dude with the afro, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But listen to this though, right? Because when they went down that elevator, listen to this part, right? When they went down that elevator and the white dude was in the lab, he had music playing. Who was he listening to?
MJ.
And what the fuck happened to Michael Jackson?
Exactly.
He turned white.
He turned that nigga white, bro.
You're right.
Come the fuck on, man.
Making the race of the future.
Oh, I missed that. I didn't see that.
Her docile too, like when she was literally it was a relaxer, like they call it
relaxer.
Like she was arguing in the chair, then she started pulling her hair. She was like, you know what?
And not the angry black woman.
Yeah. And then the same thing happened when they was at the church where he was like, when they was drinking a grape drink, and the pastor was like, oh man, your son just got shot. Don't worry about it. You can't pay your bills. Don't worry about it. Like, God got you. Like, you ain't got it's just making you docile, just, constantly. And that brings me all the way back to the beginning, because I think the blaxploitation movies was the beginning of the, putting these images on the pedestal. So before you had rap music having pimps and hoes and drug dealers, the blaxploitation was the first shit
that making
was
it
promoting
cool.
that image. You know what I'm saying? So like that nigga Superfly, right? How many motherfucking rappers are Superfly? If you really think about that shit, drug dealing rappers are Superfly. It's like the same archetype over and over and over and over and over. Inner cities, they pluck them a little Fontaine out. You know what I'm saying? Fontaine get killed, and then they go back to oh shit, we just got one from Chicago. Oh, let's go to fucking I don't know, Baltimore next, and then we'll pluck another Fontaine out, and then we'll just these are clones. Like, we created these niggas, and then we can put them on a pedestal. And make you want to be like them, which is cloning them again. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and remember when they went down to the lab, it was like 1,000 Fontaines. You know what I'm saying?
Just fighting like a fucking Mandingo fight and shit like that. Wrecking
like in the Django.
When they were playing Kill a Motherfucker. This nigga Lighthouse actually had a song on this very podcast that you made up on the spot. It was like, kill a motherfucker, kill a
That's what the underlying message is.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
That's what the message in the music be.
And then as soon as they changed the song, I Need a Hug, the motherfucker start hugging. Like, look at all like the brain waves and
frequency.
How, like, the neurons and stuff is like, triggering up top and stuff like that.
Yep.
Lying around the house.
And songs and spells are in general, because they meant to tap into your subconscious mind, and you repeat a certain saying over and over and over again, you're gonna start acting that shit out at some point. Hypnotize minds, 3-6 Mafia. Hypnotize minds, nigga.
And like, this dude was walking down the street. Is that another?
I thought that was him. I thought that was him. I was thinking it was him.
And they picked him up. I feel like that was another clone of him, and they picked him up.
But it looked like
let me ask you this before we get off this topic. How many cloned rappers are there? Like, how many rappers that you can say, like, okay, that nigga is that nigga?
Tupac was the original of a lot of niggas, you know what I'm saying? Because I think Tupac started that whole like shirt off, bandana on your head shit, and
Ja Rule.
So Ja Rule, boom, nope. But before Ja Rule, you had DMX. You had DMX. DMX was a Tupac clone.
Okay.
And then
after,
yes, nigga, nigga, Tupac was that nigga when DMX came out. Like literally, Tupac died, and they was like, we need another one, and so let's get another bald headed nigga with his shirt off. That's all the fuck they wanted.
The whole like bathtub.
He did a bathtub ritual too and shit. But he did his joint in blood.
Yeah,
crazy. Real ghost. They said shit was real ritual. Ghost blood, bro. Real ghost
super
blood.
Ritual.
What about these female rappers? Ain't they all Lil Kim clones?
They're all clones.
All Lil Kim clones, right?
Yeah.
You know, black entertainers. That's like, you know, is this all part of the eugenics shit? Like, you know, it's like, you know, shit that wasn't some shit that we was on ever. You know what I'm saying? Now you got like all these artists promoting Satanism and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember when I first started hearing about the Illuminati and all that shit. I remember I went to my parents one time. I'm like, man, nah, Jay-Z is devil worship. They was like, man, black people don't do that shit. That's exactly what my parents said. They was like, man, don't no black people be on that shit. That's that rock star shit. Like, Jay-Z ain't no devil, you know what I'm saying? But like now you got these rapper rock star niggas who are like blatant devil worshipers. Like they don't even hide it. So that's what I mean is like, is this part of that shit where it's like kind of taking us away from the essence of who we are? And now we adapting some, you know, American culture shit, you know what I'm saying, to a certain extent, you know. You mean Egypt is the original America?
No, America is original Egypt.
So you're saying America happened before Egypt?
Yeah.
No, I never heard of that.
That would be interesting.
I was hearing that all our influences on how we run this society and all that shit came from Egypt.
Yeah, that's true.
In Rome, right. I guess you could say in Rome got all they shit. It's like Egypt, Rome, America. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, we are like, you could say like we are new. I mean, just the whole Jesuit, you know what I mean? The whole shit we was talking about. Yeah, it's like actually Washington, D.C. used to be called Rome, Maryland.
Rome, Maryland, 1,000%. Yep.
Yeah. Really?
Yep. It used to be called Rome, Maryland. So D.C. used to be Maryland, not Virginia.
Yeah. What's that?
Before it was all built up and everything?
Yeah, it was a big swamp, and it was Rome, Maryland, and they leased that land. Look at all the art. It's all Rome. It's like this is Rome never died. They faked their death, and now we're here.
Right. And make all the sense in the world. All the motherfucking statues and then all that shit down there.
And just like, and this is full circle. Just like my man Kiefer Sutherland said, it's like America was an experiment. This is an experiment. How we influence the whole world. It's like we are the new Babylon. We influence the whole world. We pervert everything. Pornography, music, movie,
everything, literally everything.
Terminator,
drugs,
all that shit. Yeah, it starts here.
And in the movie too, I remember when Fontaine came up to the old man outside the store and he was like asking him like, man, like what's going on? Tell me answers. He was like, where do you go whenever you looking for answers in Babylon? So he even said this shit was Babylon. You know what I'm saying? In the movie,
bruh. Like, why does the Roman Catholic Church have like their like, if you go to the Vatican, why does it look like a serpent head? Why do they have like that big artwork where it's like Jesus being like pulled out the ashes and stuff like that? Like, why is their biggest telescope called Lucifer? It's like they're the opposite of what's supposed to be holy.
Exactly. You know,